What are the best ingredients for natural collagen in Chinese soups? I really love these soups and ingredients because they come from natural sources and they help my skin stay firm and smooth. And stay with me here. I know some of the ingredients are a little bit weird and not really commonplace, but they are delicious and have an amazing amount of collagen protein. So you don't always have to eat the ingredients, but when you make it in soup, you still get the benefits of that rich protein. Collagen is actually a type of protein. This type of collagen is primarily found in animal-derived products. These proteins provide strength to connective tissues like skin, tendons, ligaments, and bones. And as we age, our collagen production actually declines. And this is what leads to wrinkles or reduced elasticity in the skin, joint stiffness, and weaker hair and nails. You know you're having collagen when the soup or the stew or the sauce is a little bit sticky. So almost like when you're eating it, your lips stick together. That's a good indication that there's a healthy amount of gelatin and collagen in whatever you're eating. There are a lot of science-backed benefits to having collagen as part of our diet. And of course, everything in moderation. You can find sources directly in the blog article. For example, collagen helps with glowing skin and anti-aging. It improves skin elasticity, hydration, and UV protection. Studies show hydrolyzed collagen peptides reduce wrinkles by stimulating new collagen synthesis. Collagen also supports our joint and bone health. The collagen maintains cartilage integrity, easing pain and supporting bone density. Collagen also helps with gut health and digestion. Gelatin from the collagen soothes the gut lining, aiding in digestion and reducing inflammation. And collagen strengthens our hair and nails. So what makes these ingredients so amazing in soups? To start, stews and soups allow the collagen to dissolve into the soup. You'll notice this when you save your soup or stew in the fridge overnight and bring it out the next day and try to tip it over. I call it the gravity test. And for those who don't enjoy that slimier texture that comes with these ingredients, you actually don't need to eat the ingredient to enjoy the benefits of the collagen because, as I said, it dissolves directly into the soup or stew. Just drink the soup or have the stew or sauce over rice or noodles. Here are the top 13 collagen-richest ingredients used in Chinese soups. I'll call out my favorites, and I do have a lot. Pork skin or pork rind has the highest amount of collagen protein by weight. These are found in braised dishes and stews, and pork rind is a very common snack found deep fried. You can buy pork skin raw and use them in stews, but I don't do this very often because it does take a lot of work. Fish skin is also another amazing one. I'll often use the fish skin actually as part of fish heads. So like salmon head or grass carp head, that's the best part and an amazing ingredient and very gelatinous in soups. Pork trotter or pig's feet is actually another very common ingredient in the Chinese repertoire of recipes. The most common is pig's feet in black vinegar, commonly eaten as dim sum, but more known as the postpartum meal of choice. It's warming, sweet, savory, sour, all the tastes combined together in a really rich, dark sauce where you often have like boiled eggs, maybe pork ribs, and a lot of ginger. The history of this dish is really rooted in helping women recover from childbirth. You can use pig's feet in a variety of stews and soups, and the gelatin doesn't disappoint. The next one is pig's tail. I actually don't use this ingredient very often. It's very similar to pork bones, and so my choice would be pork bones instead of pig's tails because there's just less meat. But the collagen in it does dissolve out, so it's something you can definitely try if you want to experience something new. Fish maw is the one ultimate delicacy in Chinese cuisine. There are many ways to make this in soups. And this is a Chinese favorite when it comes to collagen and fancy foods. This is because fish maw is actually a highly prized delicacy for its value. The bigger it is, the more valuable it is. Fish maw is actually the swim bladder of the fish, not the stomach. The best way for me to make chicken soup, and often served in restaurants, is with chicken soup. Deep, dark, rich, flavorful, that's really what we're going for. So the fish maw absorbs all the flavor of the ingredients of the soup. And fish maw is often also used in stir fry, stews, braised dishes. Chicken feet is my all-time favorite ingredient out of all the protein collagen-packed ingredients there are. It's served in dim sum, stews, soup, braised dishes. There's a variety of ways that the Chinese make chicken feet. They are pretty cheap protein to buy, and there's so many ways to prepare them, which are pretty easy. And they pack their worth in collagen. I have a whole list of chicken feet recipes because me and my family just love them so much. Although they do require some time to soften, but they're actually a great mix and match because they blend with so many different types of ingredients. The next one is oxtail. Ooh, another favorite. This you can find in any supermarket, even Western ones. And the oxtail is a more westernized ingredient, which is commonly found in stews or more modern takes of soups in Hong Kong, which are commonly found with vegetables or tomatoes. Oh, the beef tendon is also a favorite of mine. These little translucent gems are amazing in braised dishes and stews. I don't use them in soups very often, but they do pair amazingly with soup in noodles. When beef tendons are used in this way, they're often boiled for a really long time so that they become extra soft, chewy, and almost melting in your mouth. Really, really delicious. The sea cucumber is another Chinese delicacy often found in braised dishes and stews. This slimy seafood doesn't actually have a lot of flavor on its own, other than a little bit more briny taste of the sea kind of thing, except it's actually fantastic at absorbing the flavors of the ingredients that you add in to cook with it. It's a warming ingredient that boosts energy and qi, moisturizes the skin and joints, and is high in protein and low in fat. They're often sold dry in the supermarkets, and you'll have to rehydrate them like fish maw. Chicken skin is also another reason why chicken feet are so high in collagen. Most of the feet is actually made with the chicken skin and the collagen inside it. Chicken skin does sometimes contain a lot of fat. When I'm using chicken in soup, whether it's a whole chicken or chicken thighs, I'll always keep the skin on. And yes, chicken skin does often come with the fat, and so I will render this down either by blanching or pan frying it before using it in soups. And when you add it in soups, the skin does soften and the collagen dissolves out. Beef shank is also a very common ingredient used in Chinese cooking, although not so much in soups. However, I have seen and used them as chunks that are added with beef bones, complementary more than anything as a primary soup ingredient. And the most common ingredient used in Chinese soup is pork bones. The more bones, the more marrow, the better. This is why I love using the pork backbones. It's because there's so much bones and collagen that's just stuck in all the crevices of the bones. These pork bones create a rich, milky broth for you to set as a great Chinese soup base. And there's actually a lot of meat in these bones, so they actually soften really nicely in the soup. And I will take them out as part of my meal and dip in soy sauce. And when it comes to affordability, pork bones are one of the most affordable proteins that you can buy for Chinese soups. And finally, bird's nest, which is actually the saliva of the swallow bird that's been harvested from the nests they make because they use the saliva as glue for their nests. It's not technically the collagen in the same sense of protein collagen found in animals, but it does contain very high quality protein with similar biochemical proteins as animal products. Bird's nest is considered a beautifying and supreme tonic in Chinese cuisine. It is cooling in nature and supports the lungs, skin, and fluids in the body. Bird's nest is typically found in desserts or sweet soups. So here are some tips to help you using collagen-rich proteins in your soups. A lot of these animal proteins taste better when either blanched in boiling water, usually with slices of ginger or green onions, and that's really to neutralize the taste of the meat associated with raw meats and bones. For ingredients like fish heads or chicken bones, chicken thighs, I will sometimes pan fry these to make them more fragrant. That also removes the fishy taste of the proteins. The ultimate collagen test is when you leave it in the fridge overnight. Take it out of the fridge the day after and you'll see all that gelatinous goodness. The gravity test. For recipes of soups using these collagen-rich proteins, you can click on the blog for a whole list of them. And I encourage you to try them all and find the ones that work for you. And I know there's another category of ingredients that the Chinese talk about, such as snow fungus or black wood ear fungus, that are meant to help with skin elasticity and keeps you looking young. However, those ingredients don't actually contain protein, the collagen of the protein. They do contain something else which helps you generate collagen from within, but in itself is not necessarily a source of collagen protein for your body. I'll talk about that in another post soon. Happy soup making for your skin, and I'll see you next time.